Today we're going to show you how to unbox an Atlas Hitch. A lot of people are lifting them out of the box. We don't want you doing that because this weighs 40 pounds and this piece over here weighs 60 pounds. So what we want you to do is cut the box just like this using a steak knife or a razor blade or a razor knife. You cut it just like this, and that way you can move it like this without picking it up. Now this comes with these loose. You need to put them in. They're flat for a reason because they ride up against this clamp plate. So it can be a little tricky just to get it started. So if you just take your time and make it flat on there, it starts just like that. So that's the first thing you do when you set this thing up. So I'm going to flip it out of the box here and make it accessible to the back end. That's ready to go. So we're going to go over here to this part, and again, don't lift it up. It's got wheels on it for a reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to tip it out of here and tip it up like this. Now I'm going to spin this so the camera can see it. You flip it over, and while you're balancing it here, you crank it open. You crank it open good enough for it to stand straight up. You'll see right about here. So now I can tip it back and move it on its wheels, just like this. I'm not lifting it, all I'm doing is tipping it. So these are really meant to be pushed, not pulled. The only time you pull it is when you put it on the pickup or vehicle. So I'm going to pull these pins. That one fell out, I'll get it. That stays there. So I'm going to push it over here. Goes underneath here. I'm going to do the bottom one first. By turning this, I can change the angle of where that bottom hole lines up. Now I'll do the top one. It's that simple. I'm going to put the pin in, just like that, and I'm going to use a screwdriver to bend that tab down. Just like that. And the other pin's here somewhere. There it is. I'm going to turn this. Get that in there. Again, use a screwdriver. I'm going to bend that tab down just like I did on that side. Okay, now you open it up completely. I'm going to raise it as high as it'll go. This is the new Eclipse model. It's different than the one we started out with a few years ago. This one's lighter weight and stronger than the other one. So I'm going to go as high as it'll go. It'll stop. Right there. So now I'm going to take this pin, this is a transport pin, I'm going to stick it in the hole, just like that. So now the cradle won't flop back and forth when you're moving it around. Now I can push or pull it just by hanging on to it right here. I find the balance point, and that's the easiest part. So when you store it, by the way, you store it in a corner and just flop it over. I like to reduce it all the way down and fold it up so it takes up less room. Okay, and we'll be right back. We'll get it set up for the truck and show you how to mount it on a vehicle.